everyone, once again, and welcome to IU East Men's Basketball on the Red Wolves Sports Network. Today we are at Earlham College in Richmond, Indiana, as the 19th ranked Red Wolves take on the Asbury Eagles in the KIAC semifinal round of the conference tournament. Last time out, IU East beat Alice Lloyd College 100-67 in the KIAC tournament quarterfinal round on February 25th. IU East scored 100 points for the first time this season in that game, and IU East is 9-8 against Asbury since joining the NAIA, including a 93-77 win at Asbury back on January 31st. IU East has clinched its third national tournament appearance in the last 5 seasons, and with the win, IU East would break the program's NAIA record for wins in a season. The 2011 team was 24-8. The IU East Red Wolves won 5 in a row, and IU East leads the Kayak in defensive field goal percentage allowed at .408. The Red Wolves are 8-0 in games decided by 5 points or less in overtime, and IU East will play all of their conference games for the tournament right here at Earlham College, as a college floor is required for the conference tournament. IU East is 5-6 all-time in KIAC tournament games, including appearances in the championship game in 2009 and 2011. IU East is 2-1 in the Kayak tournament's semifinal games. The Red Wolves are 0-3 in KIAC tournament games against Asbury, and the Eagles knocked the Red Wolves out of the Kayak tournament in 2010, 2012, and 2013. So taking a look at the visiting Asbury Eagles, Asbury beat the University of Rio Grande 91-79 in the KIAC tournament quarterfinals on February 25th. The Eagles have now won 2 in a row. Asbury has been without the services of top scorer Kyle Lamb with a knee injury, and the national leader in three-point field goal percentage since late January. The Eagles are 3-4 since Lamb's injury. CJ Penny, a 6'5 junior forward, leads Asbury with 13.6 points, 3.4 assists, 2.5 steals, and 1.1 blocks per game. And Penny led the Eagles with 24 points in the first IU East Asbury matchup this season. Asbury is second in the nation in turnover margin with plus 5.4 and 14th in the nation with 8.8 steals per game. The Eagles are 1-8 in road games this season. So taking a look at some of the Red Wolves in the rankings, IU East is 9th in the nation in rebound margin with positive 726, 11th in the nation in defensive field goal percentage allowed 4.0 or 408, and 13th in the nation in blocks per game with 3.9. Tyler Fangman is 15th in the nation in three-point field goal percentage, and Houston Clark 16th in the nation with 8.9 rebounds per game, and Jacoby Claypool 47th in the nation with a 2.34 to 1 assist to turnover ratio. So Franklin, you're joining me tonight for this afternoon's broadcast. Tell us about what you expect to see here in today's matchup.
Well,
go ahead.
Can you hear me? All right. We've talked in the past about the efficiency being one of the big things that Coach Mark Hester's really stressed, over the course of the year, and definitely last year as well. And you mentioned right off some of those statistics, and this is a lot more efficient team. You looked at the rebounding margin, other stats of that nature. And it's definitely quite a contrast from the team from last year, and that's the reason why they've won all these close games. I think you also you saw a stat there, 8-0 in games decided by less than 5 points, and games also in overtime. So this is a team that knows how to win. Obviously, they've done it for the good portion of the year, and I expect them to do the essentials here this afternoon to still do to pull up one out here this afternoon.
All right, thank you, Franklin. We'll take a quick break, and we'll come back to take a look at the conference tournament brackets right here on the Red Wolves Sports Network. And welcome back to IU East men's basketball on the Red Wolves Sports Network. I'm Caleb Gillock along with Franklin Christ and Earlham College for this afternoon's matchup between the visiting Asbury Eagles and the IU East Red Wolves. Let's go ahead and take a look at the conference tournament brackets right now going on. Rio Grande taking on Our Lady Red Wolves, and at halftime, IU East leads 46-38 in the semifinal matchup between the Red Storm and the Red Wolves. Also, Asbury taking on Point Park this afternoon as well in the KIAC women's tournament. In the men's tournament, of course, the IU East Red Wolves taking on the Asbury Eagles right here at Earlham College. And also, Brescia will be playing Point Park for the semifinal game over there. If Point Park wins the game, we'll play here on Tuesday night. If Brescia wins, we will travel to Brescia on Tuesday night. So just keep that in mind with that game going on over there as well. But we're ready to go here. Starting lineups for the Red Wolves. We'll listen in on the starting lineup for IU East. Athletics and Wellness Center, so it may have been a little hard to hear the starting lineup for the Red Wolves, but if you couldn't hear it, here it is. At guard number 2, Tyler Fangman. Also in guard number 4, Houston Clark. At guard number 5, Jacoby Claypool. Also at forward, a 6'8 junior, number 20, Jason Ray. And at guard, a 6'7 freshman from Indianapolis. That's going to be Lucas Hoffman. So we are ready to go. Asbury already out on the floor, ready to go here, and the IU East Red Wolves still a little bit of a huddle here before we get the game started. And semifinal action here at Earlham College. Should be an exciting one, Franklin.
Absolutely, yeah. These teams met earlier on in the year, just one other time, I believe. And it was a close contest. That game came down the stretch, and a string of games that IU East absolutely had to have to help lock up this North Division title. And they've shown that they can play well in the big games. And here's another.
IU East comes into the game 24 wins, and Asbury comes in here 20-10 overall this season. But however, they are 1-8 in true away games this year, but 4-1 in games on neutral floors. So there's a 3-point basket to get the game started by number 2. That's Christian Morgan. And the Eagles have an early 3-0 lead here at Earlham College. Over on the left wing with Houston Clark. And trying to find Jacoby Claypool. Out top, what do we do? Claypool goes right and goes into the lane. Kicks over to Lucas Huffman. He was hot in the corner the other night in that game. And it's going to be a 3-0 lead still for Asbury as the 3-point shot off the mark for Lucas Huffman.
Asbury, I think they're going to live and die by the 3. You see the lineup they got out there on the floor, and at each position, they look like they're giving up at least 3 inches at each spot. So rebounding not going to be a strong suit for them, especially with this lineup. But I expect IU East to go to the basket early and often.
Tyler Fangman with the ball. He's going to go down the right side of the lane, kick it over into the corner to Jacoby Claypool. Back over to the left wing with Jason Ray. His 3 off the mark and rebounded by the Eagles. And the Asbury ball with 18:37 left to go here in the first half.
Well, first two possessions for IU East both result in 3-point shot attempts. And if you're Coach Mark Hester, you probably got to be a little disappointed with that. You see like I mentioned earlier, the height difference at each spot. So definitely don't want to give away that advantage of the height.
3-pointer is off the mark by Swinson. And they get the offensive rebound to get another shot clock here. Taking it to the basket that time was Tyler Smith. Smith off the mark, and it's rebounded by Jason Ray.
Asbury tried to get the ball inside there, and the physicality of IU East just doesn't allow easy trips to the basket.
Houston Clark off the mark that time from the left elbow. Rebounded by Asbury over to the right corner. Lobs it across court to the left wing with 23. That's Christian Swinson. And there's going to be a basket that time by him. So a 5 or a 6-0 lead. They just corrected it now. It's a 5-0 lead for the Eagles. Jacoby Claypool in the lane that time gets the Red Wolves on the board. 5-2.
Claypool known for his ability to distribute the ball, but you let him get that deep, he's going to score.
Over to the left wing with Morgan, and his 3 off the mark once again. He's 1 of 3 from three-point range to start the game off here in the first 3 minutes of the game. Claypool with the ball, takes it down inside the lane, gets an easy basket here. 5-4 down to a 1-point ball game.
Well, even Claypool, he's bigger than the guy he's got guarding him, so a no-brainer for him to take the ball to the basket. Second straight trip that's happened.
Over on the right side, another 3-point shot taken here by Swinson. This one off the mark as well. 0 for 2 beyond the arc in the game. 16:43 to play. The Red Wolves have the ball. Fangman has it down inside the corner, and he's going to make it to the basket that time. Nothing there, and rebounded by the Eagles.
A bit ill-advised. Drew the double team. Somebody's got to be open.
Shot off the mark that time by number 10. That's Jordan Gilbert from three-point range. Rebounded by the Red Wolves. Fangman fakes the 3. He's going to take one inside the arc. This one off the mark as well. And Houston Clark gets nothing there. Rebounded by the Eagles.
Clark's the only one in there rebounding. You got Ray at 6'8", and another body at 6'7", and you got to get in there and crash the boards, get some offensive rebounds, create some more opportunities.
16 minutes to go here in the first half at Earlham College. A 5-4 lead for the Asbury Eagles. If you're just joining us right now, Asbury has the ball, and they're wearing their black and purple uniforms here today. Black uniforms with purple numbers. Red Wolves in gray uniforms with white numbers here today. Shot off the mark for Asbury. 15:40 to go, and it's going to be over on the left elbow with Claypool. Back out top to Clark.
Soft defense, and Asbury's just giving them away the lanes. They're just kind of hesitant to drive the basketball. There we go.
There's Lucas Hoffman's shot off the mark, picked up by Houston Clark, and Clark off the mark as well. Ray gets the putback.
Good follow. Jason Ray at 6'8". You got to box him out. He's going to make you pay.
Right now, Asbury has the ball. The 5'11 junior guard, Jordan Gilbert, brought it down that time here inside the lane. Nice block there by Houston Clark as the shot was taken there that time by C.J. Penny.
Clark came over on that weak side, and that's something that IU East has also improved on tremendously this year, is that help side defense and rotating over. Didn't see that a year ago so much.
Gilbert with the ball out on top of the key, goes to the right wing. 14:50 left to play down inside, back out top to Penny. Down in the left corner, 3 left on the shot clock as he's trapped, and here's a 3-point shot attempt by Swinson. He gets it to fall, and it's going to be 8-6, a 2-point lead for the Asbury Eagles. Ball down in the corner right now with the Red Wolves, and there's going to be a whistle here. It'll be a foul against Asbury. And let's see who this one's going to go against. Foul goes against Christian Swinson. His team's first on Asbury. And 14:30 to play. This one's going to go in the Eagles' direction.
I think they got Tyler Fangman for the foul. Not really a good pass, and
so the foul does go against Tyler Fangman. You were correct there, Franklin. Has got it up on the board. Handoff there to Tyler Smith. And ball over on the right wing right now. Back inside to Smith. Over to the left wing. And Swinson down inside. Nothing there. Will be out of bounds. And Vache Davis and Dom Williams come out of the game for Jason Ray and Tyler Fangman. 14-11 in the first half. Ball inbounds to Swinson. A lob down inside to Penny. He gets the hook shot off, and it's a 4-point lead for the Eagles, 10-6.
Tell you what, they got Penny at 6'5". I don't know if that's right. He's a big body.
Claypool just inside the free throw line. Shot doesn't fall. Houston Clark able there, and nothing for him either.
Good fight. Way to keep it alive.
Back out to Dom Williams. He goes to the lane, kicks out into the corner. Vache Davis has the ball and gets a shot off. This one goes 10-8.
Well, shooting from the perimeter has been something Davis has really worked on here this season. And, last year definitely known as a one-dimensional take the ball to the basket guy. And his jump shots really improved, especially in the latter part of the year. And, that's made him a valuable piece from the outside.
Swinson had a three-point basket for the Eagles that time, gives them the 5-point lead. And here's going to be a foul on the Eagles. The foul goes against number 24, Tyler Smith, the 6'2 sophomore out of Lexington, Kentucky. And that's the second team foul on Asbury. It'll be Red Wolves basketball on the left side of the basket. Claypool inbounds the ball for the Red Wolves, finds Huffman on the inbound play. Good hesitation there, but doesn't get the shot, and no foul either. So the Eagles come out with the rebound. Red Wolves starting the game off 4 of 14 in field goal range. And there's the three-point basket by Huffman. So down to a 2-point ball game just like that. And 12:25 left here in the first half. Ball over the left wing with Peters. And he tried to find Swinson. Swinson with the save right against the baseline. And shot clock down to 15 for the Eagles. Pass down inside. And the double team there by Clark and Huffman. The shot's going to be off the mark for, looks like, number 24, Tyler Smith.
Good defensive possession. A lot of times, it's tough to defend the whole entire shot clock. And many Asbury possessions have gotten all the way down into the single digits, and we've defended fairly well throughout the course of each possession.
Basket that time by Vache Davis ties it up at 13. And 11:40 left here in the first half at Earlham College. Over on the right side with number 13, Will Henderson. And out top with Swinson now. He's trying to find some space in the lane. Doesn't get it. Kicks out to Penny left wing. Three-point shot off the mark by Dalton Peters. And it's going to be rebounded by the Red Wolves with 11:21 left to play. Here's Houston Clark. And his shot will be no good. Rebounded by Peters, but he gets the steal. Vache Davis, his three off the mark, goes long. And rebounded by Asbury.
They created another possession. Kind of ill-advised three-point shot attempt kind of early in the shot clock. Didn't have numbers, no rebounders.
.10:55, Swinson with the ball. Goes left wing with number 13, Henderson. And back out to Swinson for three. This one comes up short and rebounded by Jacoby Claypool.
Nice find.
And here's Houston Clark. This one goes. 15-13 lead for the Red Wolves.
Claypool sees the floor so well. Had three guys drawing their attention over to him as he drove left side, and was able to find Clark above all the other towering bodies around him.
Here's a three-point shot by Asbury's number 3, Dalton Peters, and that gives them back the 1-point lead, 16-15, with 10:10 to go here in the first half as Dom Williams brings the ball down the floor for the Red Wolves. He's on the right wing right now. Huffman takes it down to the right block and gets a shot off. He'll be fouled and go to the line to shoot two. And there's going to be a timeout taken. So the Red Wolves trail by 1, 16-15 with 10:03 left in the first half. We'll be right back on the Red Wolves Sports Network.
This is where a busy mom can work toward a bachelor's degree from a top national university during softball practice. It's where a service member can continue his college studies from anywhere in the world, and where you'll benefit from one of the country's most effectively delivered online programs.
Woohoo!
So, if you've ever wondered if a college education is really worth it, this is where you'll see that it is. This is Indiana University East Online.
And welcome back to IU East men's basketball on the Red Wolves Sports Network here at Earlham College. The Asbury Eagles lead the IU East Red Wolves 16-15 with 10:03 to play. And right now, Franklin, the problem seems to be for the Red Wolves. It's not turnovers, it's just shooting.
Yeah, we seem a little bit hesitant to take the ball to the basket. I mean, we talked earlier about how soft that defense of Asbury seems to be, and no one seems real sure of himself enough to take the ball to the basket. As soon as I say that, Tyler Fangman scores inside. But, yeah, a little bit before that timeout, just not much of a sense of urgency to get to the hole.
1 point lead for the Red Wolves, 17-16. It's going to be on the left wing right now with Dalton Peters. It's going to be a foul against Lucas Huffman.
They seem to have been calling that hand check a lot more this year than they have in years past. And that seemed like one of the least severe cases that I've seen over the course of the year.
So Lucas Huffman picks up his first foul, and team foul number 2 on the Red Wolves. Jason Ray comes back into the game for IU East. Right now, Henderson with the ball goes to the left corner, or left wing, with Morgan.
Good hedge.
3-point shot here by Peters is off the mark, and get the offensive rebound. There's a basket from the free throw line by number 13, Will Henderson.
Those are the second chance opportunities you can't allow Asbury, especially being the undersized squad that they are. There he goes.
Don Williams with the ball. Nothing called there, and it's going to bounce off the front end of the rim, rebounded by the Eagles. And they're going to allow him some space here to score. That's number 5. That's Alex Dennis. So a 3-point lead now for Asbury, 20-17 with 8:52 to play. And Vache Davis, nothing there. He's going to kick the ball back out to Jason Ray. Here's Davis for 3 on the left wing. This one goes to the back of the rim and bounces off. Rebounded by Asbury.
Quite the difference on the offensive end from the other night when we did the, what game was that? The Alice Lloyd game. So you see a timeout from IU East.
All right, it's going to be, see what the timeout call here is. It's going to be a 30-second timeout, so the Red Wolves trail by 5, 22-17. So, Franklin, what do you think the problem is right now? Just defense?
Oh, we haven't gotten back on defense in transition. Also missed some shots point blank down here on the other end as well. Some of those short bunnies have just rolled off for us, and the offensive rebounders haven't been able to crash the boards in such a way to get those rebounds, and this has been the difference in the game right now.
All right, 8:32 left to play here in the first half at Earlham College. The IU East Red Wolves ranked 19th in the nation, and the third time they've qualified for the national tournament in 5 seasons. And 8.5 to play as Nick Bolenbacher brings the ball down the floor for the Red Wolves. Shot inside by Vache Davis. 22-19 with 8:13 to play, and it's going to be tipped in the backcourt off of Jason Ray. Going back to get it was Will Henderson. Goes right this time. Down in the right corner, and Red Wolves defense working right now. 3-point shot here by Dennis. It's going to be no good. Rebounded by the Red Wolves. Here's Bolenbacher in transition, right corner with Fangman. He gets a basket to go in. 22-21, down by 1.
That's what the Red Wolves do well. Get it out in transition, push the pace, get down the floor, beat the other team.
And there's a missed shot. A little bit of a block on it by Christian Morgan. And Fangman from the free throw line comes up short. And there's a basket, looks like, by number 2, Christian Morgan.
Fangman arguing his case. I think he had a bit of an argument down there. I mean, he's not going to airball one that bad from the free throw line.
No. And here's a foul on number 13. Will Henderson picks up his first. And team foul number 4 on Asbury. And some subs coming in for both sides right now. 7:09 to play in the first half. The Red Wolves trail by 3, 24-21. Bolenbacher gives it to Fangman out on top. Left side to Huffman. Working the ball around right now. Fangman with it, gives it to Clark. Clark takes it to the lane. And turnaround jumper, no good.
Well, that's one I think Huey could have just pulled from 15. He had the ocean.
Yeah.
The ocean. The space. I don't know where I got ocean. Holy cow.
Plenty of space.
Gee whiz. Yeah. Some sort of comparison there, I guess. Gee whiz.
24-21 with 6:42 to go here at Earlham College. Here's Tom Williams. And rebounded by Asbury.
All the way to the hole.
And Tyler Smith scores for Asbury that time. 26-21. With 6:15 to go here. Here's Nick Bolenbacher. Falls and one for Bolenbacher.
That's what Nick does. Gets to the basket. Just another one of those guys for IU East that is able to put his head down and bowls way to the basket.
Foul goes against number 10, Jordan Gilbert, who picks up his first team foul, number 5 on the Eagles. And Bolenbacher, the first person to go to the line for either team in the game with 6:14 to play. And comes up short off the front end of the rim. Dom Williams fights to get the rebound. Williams with the ball on the right wing. Here's Bolenbacher for 3. This one bounces off. And Houston Clark was there but unable to get the ball. And offensive foul that time on Tyler Smith. And
Smith was kind of slow to get up there.
So that's the second on Smith. And team foul number 6 on Asbury. So the Red Wolves trail by 3 points, 26-23 with 5:51 to go in the first half. We'll be right back on the Red Wolves Sports Network.
This is where a busy mom can work toward a bachelor's degree from a top national university during softball practice. It's where a service member can continue his college studies from anywhere in the world, and where you'll benefit from one of the country's most effectively delivered online programs.
Woohoo!
So, if you've ever wondered if a college education is really worth it, this is where you'll see that it is. This is Indiana University East Online.
And welcome back to more men's basketball on the IU East Red Wolves Sports Network. And we just got news with 7 minutes left. IU East women's basketball leads Ryle Grant 76-64 with 7 minutes left in the semifinal over there in the women's kayak tournament matchup. Right now, the Red Wolves trail by 3 right here, 26-23 with 5:34 to go in the first half against the Asbury Eagles. And here's a shot from the right block by Fangman. This one falls, and it's going to be 26-25. Red Wolves down by 1. And Swinson's going to be fouled. He'll go to the line and shoot 2. This is going to be the 3rd team foul on the Red Wolves. It's on Houston Clark, who picks up his first. Swinson, the first player for Asbury to go to the line in this afternoon's game. First one short on the front end of the rim. And Jacoby Claypool comes back in for IU East. 5:24 to go here in the first half at Earlham College. And this free throw up and in for Christian Swinson. 5:18 left. Dom Williams takes it down the left side, hands off to Huffman. Back out to Claypool on top, who goes right. Here's Fangman, fakes the shot and takes it to the lane. Gets this one to roll off of the rim. And taking it to the basket that time for the Eagles was Christian Morgan. And it's 29-25, a 4-point lead for the Eagles. Here's Claypool.
Pass.
Don Williams doesn't get the call.
I can understand why the crowds wanted that call, but if you're including the hands as part of the ball, it looked to be a fairly clean play.
Mm-hmm.
I think it's frustration more than anything for the IU East faithful right now that their leads.
Here's Vache Davis. Falls off. Rebounded by Asbury.
Just so many shots missed point blank, and no second chance opportunities either that IU East has been so used to as well.
3-point shot that time by Swinson. Bounced around on the rim, but rebounded by the Red Wolves. Here's Houston Clark. Takes it to the basket. Not there. And he's been struggling a little bit inside the lane.
I'll tell you why. It's not only been him, it's been all of them. Oh, jeez.
So the foul goes against number 32, Lucas Huffman, who picks up his second. Team foul number 4 on the Red Wolves. And that's going to put Morgan at the line to shoot 2 free throws. .4:13 left, and the first free throw there by Christian Morgan off the mark. And you know, Franklin, I'm not trying to be biased or anything right here, but you know, down here you have the incident with Don Williams. You don't call anything, and then you call that down here.
Yeah, it seemed like it was pretty petty. I mean, it seemed like Lucas Huffman. He's got right to that space, and you know he was straight up, and I just don't see where the foul's at there.
Right wing with Vache Davis out top with Claypool, who takes the 3. This one falls. 29-28. Red Wolves down by 1.
Front roll. Maybe that's the spark IU East needs to get this offensive attack going.
Swinson gets some open space, but not a basket. And it's going to be I'm going to say out of bounds off of Jason Ray, or is that Lucas Huffman down there? It was Jason Ray. So
I was always taught that on the defensive end is where your offense starts. You play good defense, you get down here on offense, and things seem a little bit easier when you're not sitting down in a stance and working to force turnovers.
Right now, Gilbert with the ball on the left wing. And now over to the right side with Christian Morgan. The shot clock down to 5 for the Eagles. Here's the shot by Morgan. Doesn't fall. Rebounded by Houston Clark. Claypool with the ball, goes left wing to Davis. And down to Fangman in the left corner. Nice fake and a basket gives the Red Wolves a 1-point lead, 30-29 with 3:04 left.
Fangman doesn't need much space. He's very good at creating his own shot. Very good at creating his own shot, but yeah, even when you're in his face like the guy was there, he can still hit it more times than not.
31-30, Asbury has the lead. Houston Clark with the jumper from the left elbow gives the Red Wolves a lead back, 32-31.
You can tell Asbury sagging as much as they are. They're willing to give up those outside jump shots, and I think that's been shocking to IU East, and they just don't know what to, how to proceed, how to get to the basket.
C.J. Penny with his 6th point of the game off the basket from the left block that time. Here's Jacoby Claypool, and here's Jason Ray for 3. This one's good.
Good extra pass. Davis could have shot that one just as easily from the wing near side, but decided to give it up to Jason Ray, wide open at the top of the key.
35-33 with just over 2 minutes to play. Swinson with the ball over to the right side now with Smith, and here's a 3-point shot by Swinson off the mark, rebounded by Vache Davis. Houston Clark's going to take it to the basket, and they're going to call that out of bounds. Minute 45 to play here at Earlham College, and the Red Wolves have a 2-point lead as Dom Williams comes back into the game. And the Eagles also bring in a couple subs here as well. Gilbert walks the ball down the floor for Asbury, starts to jog as he gets about a quarter of the way down the floor. And slows down once he crosses half court. Going to go to the left side with C.J. Penny. And back over the behind the back pass to number 3 for the 3. That's Dalton Peters. He's 2 of 4 from 3-point range in the game to give the Eagles a 1-point lead with a minute 20 to play. And here's Dom Williams inside the lane, scores the basket, 37-36.
Nifty dribble there from the freshman. Nice move. Hard to get the ball away from that young man.
And Claypool with the steal. Here's the pass that was supposed to go back to Vache Davis. And here is Gilbert with the ball. He goes to the right side of the floor and waits for C.J. Penny to cross half court before passing back to him. And they're going to set up the offense right now with a 37-36 lead for the Red Wolves. Here's a 3-point shot by Dalton Peters, now 3 of 5. And I think as the game goes on, he's not a guy that you're going to want to leave that shot open for.
No, absolutely not. I mean, Asbury's as a team has just been shooting lights out from the perimeter. That's the reason why they got a 2-point lead right now. That and IU East has failed to get back in transition.
No shot clock, down to 10 seconds, and here's a foul against Asbury. It's going to be their 7th, so that'll put the Red Wolves at the line for the 1-and-1. And the foul goes against Alex Dennis, who picks up his first. And Fangman at the line to shoot the 1-and-1 here with 9.6 left in the first half. And first free throw there by Tyler Fangman was off the mark, but the Red Wolves get the rebound. Vache Davis. We're going to call a foul here. It's going to be team foul number 8 on Asbury. And this one goes against Dalton Peters, who also picks up his first. It's going to put Vache Davis at the line. He's not been at the line yet in the game. The only 2 people that have been at the line of the game for the Red Wolves are Nick Bollenbacher and also Jacoby Claypool, but the first free throw there for Vache is good. Red Wolves down by 1. Chance to tie it right here with this free throw. And unable to do so. That's going to bring us to halftime. 39-38. Asbury has the lead. Franklin, tell us a little bit about the first half.
I feel like Asbury, they're a little bit fortunate to be in the position that they are. I feel like they've stolen a few things. The rebounding margin definitely isn't what I think we both thought it was going to be, right, coming into this with the size differential. And they've beaten IU East down the floor, and whether it be them getting back on defense or them beating IU East defense down the floor. And right now it just seems like, they're doing the little things. Again, another thing that Coach Mark Hester always talks about, the little things in order to win.
All right, well, once again, the score at halftime, Asbury leads the IU East Red Wolves 39-38. And we'll go over the halftime stats. In field goal percentage, the Red Wolves 14 of 36 for 38.89%. And Asbury 13 of 33 from field goal range for 39.39% at the half. In three-point range, the Red Wolves 2 of 8 for 25%. And Asbury shooting 4 of 15 beyond the arc for 26.67%. At the free throw line, the Red Wolves at the free throw line, they are, looks like, 1 of 3 at the free throw line, and Asbury shooting 1 of 4 at the line for 25%. In the rebounding category, the Red Wolves, they have 21 rebounds in the first half, 6 on offense, 15 on defense. And Asbury, 6 on offense and 17 on defense for 23 total rebounds in the first half. The Red Wolves had 3 assists, 1 steal, 1 turnover, 3 blocks, and 4 team fouls in the first half. And Asbury, 6 assists, 1 steal, 3 turnovers, 4 blocks, and 6 team fouls in the first half. Leading the way in scoring at halftime for the Red Wolves, Tyler Fingman with 8 points. Houston Clark has 7 rebounds. And Vache Davis, he has 2 assists for the Red Wolves at the half. Leading the way in scoring for Asbury is Morgan with 11 points, Penny with 6 rebounds, and Smith with 2 assists at halftime. And it's going to be 39-38 at the half. Asbury has the lead. And we'll be back here in about 12 minutes on the Red Wolves Sports Network for the second half of the matchup between the Eagles and the Red Wolves right here on the IU East Red Wolves Sports Network.
I'm Dr. Ganesh Ramachandran, the region's only hand specialist at Reed Orthopedic Center. Patients love how easy it is having everything under one roof and how easy it is to get here. Right here at Reed Orthopedic Center, right here in Richmond.
Here's Vache, kicks it off to Dom Williams. And passes inside to Houston Clark. Nice oop there.
Physical talent and basketball talent, I believe, to match up to anyone in the country.
And the Red Wolves get it to start things off. That was number 4, Houston Clark. And now the Red Wolves inbound the ball to Hunt. He goes up, slams it, and takes a 7-5 lead for the Red Wolves. And saved there by Fangman, who runs into the scores table. And scored by Houston Clark.
Another big hustle play from the Red Wolves. I mentioned earlier how IU East has got a lot of multiple ball handlers, and that's really helping with this full court defense that the Cougars are bringing.
With 40 seconds to play and up by 2. Shot clock down to 10. And here's Baldbacher. He's going to take it to the lane, lay one up and in.
That's a big basket there.
And here is the 3 ball by Reddick. It's going to be no good. Rebounded out top. Shot down to 1, and Baldbacher will run it out. The Red Wolves take a 72-69 win here over Mount Vernon Nazarene. Jason Ray over inside to Fangman. Gets it to Hunt, who will put it down. Slams this one 62-45. Over to Fangman on the right side. Fangman takes it to the basket and 1. Here's Fangman going up the middle and 1. Falling down to Dom Williams. Out top now with Claypool. Lobs inside to Dom Williams. And inbounds to Tyler Fangman. Puts up a jumper. This one, the go-ahead basket for the Red Wolves, 48-46.
Stolen away here by Claypool. Goes to around the defender. Inbound to Claypool. No shot clock, obviously, with the inbound play starting with under 17. 1 point game. Chance to get the ball inside. Clark has the ball. And Claypool drives the basket. No foul. Clark gets it in with 1 second left. They do have the baseline here after the made basket, passing it down the floor and picked off by Brad Hunt. Rebounded by the Red Wolves. Knapp has the ball, gives it to Dryman. Dryman up and in, and one for Dryman. Tia King has the ball, takes it to the basket, passes off to Dryman. Niehoff with the ball now. And finds Dryman, kicks out to Dobbins over to the right side, back out to Dryman, back to Dobbins, puts up the three. This one falls, 55-33. 1 of 2 from three-point range by the 5'9" freshman out of LaPel High School. Missed shot there by Blake Peterson. And Dryman takes it down the lane, passes off to King. Scores off the assist from Dryman, 57-33. 57-35, a minute 30 to play in the first half. Red Wolves with the lead. Nice lay-in by Tia King. And trying to get it up there by Cook. Unable to do so. Dryman crosses over behind the back out to King. And takes it down the lane, misses the layup, and Niehoff there for the rebound, lays this one in. And I totally spaced that one, Kyle. That was not on Bailey Dryman. That was actually on Josie Cobb.
First foul against the Trojans.
Tia King gets the first 2 points of the season for the Red Wolves. Takes it back out of the free throw line. 3-point shot by Campbell. It's good. 15:04 to play, and a shot over on the left side by Miller for three. Pass off to Daisha Boyd. She scores. Mackenzie Bowles lays this one in. Kristen Miller with the ball out on top of the key right now. Takes it left. Back to Dobbins. Puts up a three. This one falls. Inside to Seiler. Puts this one up and falls off the rim. She gets her own rebound for the putback. Stolen away by the Red Wolves. Bailey Dryman will bring it down, lay it in. And Niehoff able to pick off the pass, brings it down the floor. Beats Janicki, lays this one in. Jumper there by Tia King. Daisha Boyd to Packer. Packer takes it to the hoops, going to be fouled and one. Tia King bringing the ball up the floor for the Red Wolves. Crosses the half-court line, and right now the Red Wolves trying to slow things down here and get back into routine. Here's Miller underneath for a layup. And right there is another missed layup by Ricketts. Here's Miller underneath for a layup. This one's good for Miller. Kept alive. Jenna Knapp has the ball. Passes over to the right wing. And here's a three-point shot by Miller. And that's good. And stolen away there by Packer. She finds Miller down the floor. He's going to put this one up right-handed and one for Kristen Miller. Make it 12-6. Pass inside to Campbell. A little bit of contact there, but she's still able to lay it in. 33-22. Davis set up in the corner, open. Stolen away here by Packer. And the one for Packer. Here's Campbell, passes over to Packer, lays this one in, and one. And here is Tia King, driving hard, passes over to Packer. Campbell wanted the three, but it's going to pass around to Miller for the three. Knocks this one down, 54-42. And the pass over to the left corner to Brooke Packer. Back out top to Tia King. She's going to take the three because she liked it. And it's now 57-44. Miller with the ball over to left corner. Boyd puts up the three, hits this one, 70-56. Gives it to Daisha Boyd, sets a screen, passes over to Miller in the right corner. She's had kind of a quiet game tonight, but definitely contributed. There's a three-point basket by Bailey Dryman. So here's Brooke Packer down into the corner with Miller. Now Dryman has the ball. Miller puts up the three. This one's going to fall in, 43-32. About a 1 second differential between the shot clock and game clock. Miller with another three.
And welcome back to men's basketball on the IU East Red Wolves Sports Network. A 39-38 lead here at halftime for the Asbury Eagles. The Red Wolves trail by one. We did just receive word that with less than 1 minute of the women's tournament game between IU East and Rhino Grand, IU East leads that game 96-84 with less than 1 minute to play in the semifinal game. So IU East will advance to play the winner of Point Park and Asbury that will be played today as well. Of course, once again, if the Red Wolves win today, or the winner of this game here, will play the winner of the Brescia and Point Park game. If IU East wins and Point Park wins, we'll play here. But if IU East wins and Brescia wins, we will travel to Brescia on I believe that's going to be Tuesday. So 19:51 to go here in the second half. The second half just underway, and it's still there to start off the second half.
Yeah, tough angle on that entry pass there for Davis. Tough catch for Huey as well.
Going to lob down inside to Smith, and he gets a basket to start off the half, 41-38.
Caleb, I tell you what, Asbury scoring inside is something that I really didn't think we were going to have a problem with. I don't think I wasn't there for the Asbury game, but from what that game seemed like as well, seemed like we did a pretty good job of defending the interior.
Over on the top of the key right now is Tyler Fangman. They're going to call a foul here. It'll be the first team foul on the Eagles in the second half. And it's going to go against number 2, Christian Morgan, who picks up his first. Fangman has the ball in the left corner off the inbound play from Claypool. And it's going to be a made basket there by Tyler Fangman. Right now, number 24, that's Smith. He had the ball, and back to Swinson, and back to Smith. Down to C.J. Penny. Clark, the defender, over to the right corner now. The shot goes up and in for Christian Morgan, and it's 44-40. Asbury has the lead. Huffman with the ball out on top of the key now with Clark. He takes it down the right side of the lane, comes to a jump stop on the block, and banks it in, 44-42.
It's almost as if Asbury's just sitting back and they're waiting on IU East to get inside, and then they dig. Seems like many times down the floor they don't play physically. They just go for that steal, and it's worked for them for a good majority of the time.
Another basket for Asbury, makes it 47-42. Claypool up off the mark for the three. It's going to be out of bounds, and it'll stay Red Wolves basketball. So Jacoby Claypool set to inbound the ball for the Red Wolves. With 18:06 to go here in the second half of the KIC semifinal game between Asbury and IU East. And lob down inside to Claypool. It's going to be stolen away, but Fangman able to get the ball back and lay it in, 47-44.
Sometimes one of those trash can plays. The ball just bounces your way on a wild scrum, and you get 2 points out of it. I'm sure that's how they drew it up, though.
Yeah. 3-point shot here off the mark for Gilbert. 0 of 2 beyond the arc. Here's Vashe Davis inside the lane. Shot off the mark and rebounded by Swinson.
Good pass. Oh.
And that's in there. Second shot for Smith, up and off the mark, and is trapped down underneath the basket. Third shot, no good, and Houston Clark able to get the save and give it to Jacoby Claypool. Took a little bit of time off the clock, and good possession here for the Red Wolves to get them back into the game right here. Only down by 3 with 17:04 to play. Here's Huffman. He's going to start to take it to the basket, and stopped there by Swinson. Kicks the ball back out. Now Claypool has it at the free throw line, and
nice pass.
Here is Fangman. He's going to go line and shoot 2 free throws.
Thread the needle. Nice pass there by Claypool. There's about 3 inches that he had for a margin for error there, and threw a nice little pass there to Fangman on that back cut.
The foul goes against number 25, C.J. Penny, who picks up his first, team foul number 2 on the Eagles. And Fangman at the line, a chance to make it a 1-point ball game right here, and he hits the first one, so down to 2. He's now 1 of 2 at the free throw line in this afternoon's game. Second free throw, now down to a 1-point ball game after the make. 47-46, Eagles with the lead.
Bit of full court pressure, different look defensively for IU East.
Swinson with the ball over in the left corner, back out now with Gilbert. Trying to lob down inside to C.J. Penny, and they find Smith on the back door, and he'll be fouled.
Nice pass by Penny.
So the foul goes against Tyler Fangman, picks up his second, and team foul number 1 on the Red Wolves. Only 5 fouls in the game against the Red Wolves. And here is Tyler Smith at the line to shoot 2 free throws. The first one rolls around, falls in.
Sure he meant to bank that one in.
Here's Smith at the line for the second free throw. This one's going to be up off the back of the rim, rebounded by Houston Clark. And over to Davis on the left wing, who takes it to the basket, kicks back out to Lucas Huffman, able to get to the ball. And here is Houston Clark, just inside the arc, and off the mark, rebounded by Fangman. He gets the put back and ties it up at 48.
Well, I know Clark missed that 18-footer right there, but that's a shot you want him to shoot. Penny's been giving him that shot every single time. He needs to shoot it every time he gets that pass.
Here's a shot from the left elbow off the mark by Morgan. And rebounded by the Red Wolves down the right side of the floor. Here's Houston Clark. And gets a little bit of a hand there on the ball with the block. And it's going to be out of bounds. It's going to be IU East basketball with 15:44 to go in the second half. Kobe Claypool will inbound for the Red Wolves. And here we go with the inbounds play out to Vache Davis. And a lot of reaching there, but no call. Clark with the punt back, and it's 50-48.
You know, the crowd's really been yelling for a lot of fouls, but you know what, in a physical game like this, I really feel like IU East is going to benefit. They're able to play through that contact more times than not.
And C.J. Penny had the basket for the Eagles. But, you mentioned, we're playing through all these fouls right now. And really, if you think about it, playing through the fouls isn't going to be a bad thing because it's going to get you ready for some of those tougher games coming up in the national tournament.
For sure, yeah. Like I said, I mean, the crowds are, they're wanting those fouls. Some of them, granted, could have been called. But a lot of times when you're going to get to the national tournament, you're going to play some schools that aren't accustomed to playing, this soft ticky-tack style of basketball.
Right.
And, they're going to want to play through contact as well, and they're going to be a more physical squad too. So for IU East to play in a game like this heading into the national tournament, I think is big for them.
All right, 15:22 to go, and all tied up at 50. We'll take a quick break right here on the Red Wolf Sports Network.
Dylan Newman had a terrible dislocated shoulder after a bad dirt bike accident. The long-term solution, surgery and intense rehab.
I trusted Reed Orthopedics because they had already fixed my ankle. And within 4 months of my surgery, Dr. Miller and my Reed therapist, April, helped me to regain my motion and most of my strength. Thanks to Reed Ortho, I can get back to what I love. It's all about trust. Right, Dr. Miller?
Right here at Reed.
Right here in Richmond.
And back to more men's basketball on the Red Wolf Sports Network. 15:22 to go, and all tied up at 50. We're ready to go here with Claypool has the ball and hands off to Fangman. Three-point shot is good, 53-50.
Good play out of a timeout. Top three-point shooter on the squad, Tyler Fangman. Get the ball to him, let him rip one. Might get these guys jump-started a little bit.
Three-point shot over in the left corner, off the mark by Gilbert. And rebounded by the Red Wolves. Clark comes to a jump stop at the arc, and here's Fangman. Finds open space, takes it to the basket, misses the reverse layup, and rebounded by the Eagles.
Got a stoppage on that. Looks like. Is that Smith?
Mm-hmm.
I don't know what's up with him, but he's going to take a seat.
Dalton Peters back into the game for the Asbury Eagles. Just received word that the IU East women's basketball team did win the game and will advance to the KIEC championship game. That is going to be on March 3rd. And if they win the championship game of the conference tournament, they will get a spot in the national tournament in their inaugural season. There's a three-point basket by Dalton Peters.
Going back to the girls' team, I mean, they've done nothing but exceed expectations.
Oh, yeah.
And, I mean, coming in, first-year program, you got nothing but freshmen. I mean, it's just wild what Coach Selhorst has been able to do with that squad. I mean, it's if you think about it, I mean, it's truly unbelievable. I mean, honestly, you know, they've got a lot of athletes, you know, but you know, it's you know, at any level to come in and have the success that she's had with this team. I mean, that's been huge.
Yeah, missed basket there by Christian Morgan.
Nice pass.
And Houston Clark is going to go to the line and shoot 2 free throws after being fouled. But back to the women's team, you know, when you hear about a first-year program starting with 12 freshmen and 1 sophomore, you know, the first thing you think is you're not going to expect them to win the conference tournament or make it to the championship of the conference tournament, really, or have a chance to make it to the national tournament in that first year.
Well, many times you don't expect a team to even have success, you know, even 3, 4, 5 years down the road. They got to get girls in there and cycle through the and bear the losing seasons. And, you know, for them to come in and have the success that they've had, I mean, that just opens, you know, tremendous opportunities for them as far as recruiting goes and, you know, and just national exposure. And, you know, for them it's been great. You know, you can be nothing but happy for those girls.
55-53, and right now Swenson with the ball down in the right corner with Penny, and over on the left wing, 3-point shot off the mark for the Eagles. 55-53, Red Wolves have the lead with 13:08 to go here in the second half. And it's going to be Jacoby Claypool with the ball. And stolen away here by Will Henderson.
Rare Jacoby Claypool turnover.
3-point shot by Swenson. This one falls, and it's going to be 56-55.
Well, just when it looks like we're going to start making a run and blow this thing open and open it up, we commit a turnover and let them score down the other end. Just let them hang around.
Tyler Fangman with the ball. He's going to go right down the lane, and here's a shot off the mark. Gets his own offensive rebound. It's going to be out of bounds, and Asbury basketball with 12:31 left. Nick Mullenbacher and Don Williams coming back into the game for the Red Wolves. And trying to see who this is coming in for Asbury. Looks like I can get a read on number 30. That's going to be Todd Jefferson into the game for the first time, a 6'5 junior out of Brooksville, Kentucky. 12:25 to go here in the second half of the KIAC semifinal game between the Asbury Eagles and the IU East Red Wolves. Swenson with the ball out on top of the key. He goes to the right side and take the handoff there, and it's going to be out with number 13, Will Henderson. And it's going to be a travel call on Christian Morgan. 12:03 left in the second half, and a 1-point lead for the Eagles.
Hopefully that call will satisfy the crowd momentarily.
Vashay Davis with the ball. Under 12 minutes to play now here at Earlham College. Inside the Athletics and Wellness Center. Nick Bullenbacher with the ball down in the corner to Hoffman. Hoffman, basket doesn't fall, and rebounded by Henderson. And 3-point shot off the mark for Dalton Peters. And Bullenbacher down the lane, finds Hoffman. 57-56.
Nice pass by Bullenbacher.
Right now, looks like Gilbert has the ball. And it's going to be Henderson with the ball out on top of the key right now, and right wing with Swenson. Back to Jefferson down the lane, and nothing there. It's going to be tipped out of bounds, and they're going to say that stays to Asbury.
Not sure how that's the case, but.
And there's going to be a timeout taken. 11:04 left. 57-56. We'll be right back on the Red Wolves Sports Network.
Dylan Newman had a terrible dislocated shoulder after a bad dirt bike accident. The long-term solution, surgery and intense rehab.
I trusted Reed Orthopedics because they had already fixed my ankle. And within 4 months of my surgery, Dr. Miller and my Reed therapist, April, helped me to regain my motion and most of my strength. Thanks to Reed Ortho, I can get back to what I love. It's all about trust. Right, Dr. Miller?
Right here at Reed.
Right here in Richmond.
Welcome back to men's basketball on the IU East Red Wolves Sports Network. A 57-56 lead with 11 minutes to go here at Earlham College. Red Wolves have the lead, and there's a missed shot by Henderson, rebounded by the Red Wolves. Vache Davis working the ball around to Fangman, who takes a three. This one goes 60-56.
How many times?
Read it backwards. No, they actually put it up on the board wrong.
Yeah, they did.
We don't need that.
Hey, you're not in the wrong there. That was them.
So it is 60-56 with 10:31 to go.
Ooh, travel?
And Henderson off the mark once again. Jefferson fighting for the rebound, and it's going to be tied up. It'll be alternating possession and stay with Asbury. And Jason Ray comes back into the game for the Red Wolves. 4-point lead now for IU East, and correct me if I'm wrong, but I believe that's their largest lead of the entire game so far.
Yeah, I believe that it is. Yeah.
So going to reset the shot clock to 35, and ball inbounds to C.J. Penny. 10:15 to go here in the second half of the semifinal game. Swenson with the ball, and it's going to be over to the left side to C.J. Penny now. A little bit of a handoff there to Henderson, and back into the corner. Back to Henderson. Shot clock down to 10. And Smith takes it to the basket. He'll be found. Go line to shoot two. So this is going to be foul number 2. Tyler Fingman picks up his third. And team foul number 2 on the Red Wolves. So Goodchester's going to bring Vache Davis back into the game to give Fangman a little bit of a break as he starts to get into foul trouble. 9:53 left, and it's 60-56. The free throw by Smith was off the mark. Only shooting 1 of 3 at the free throw line in the game. Yeah, this one bounces around. It's going to be rebounded by Dom Williams. Nick Bollenbacher fouled and one. 62-56 after the make there by Nick Bollenbacher. And that's going to put him at the line for one. It's going to be the 4th team foul now on Asbury.
That's just the toughness that Nick Bollenbacher has, able to shoot through the contact. Not many guys can score while being fouled on a jump shot. But if anybody could do it, it'd be Nick Bollenbacher.
And that free throw by Bollenbacher, good. The foul was on Dalton Peters, who picked up his second. 63-56, a 7-point lead for the Red Wolves with 9:40 to go in the second half. And it's right side now with Peters. He takes it down, brings the ball back out top, and gets it to C.J. Penny. A handoff to Gilbert. Back to Penny. And Jason Rafe trying to get position on him. It's going to be and one. And
no words. I don't know what to say. I mean,
yeah.
I don't know what else Jason Ray can do in that situation. I mean, he stands straight up. In fact, I'm not even sure where the contact even was on the shot. I mean, it was all Penny's momentum taking him away from the basket that took him to the floor. I don't know.
Not sure really what happened over here, down here in front of us.
Well, his momentum took him over here.
Is that what it was?
Yeah.
.9:26 to go in the KIC semifinal between Asbury and IU East. And the Red Wolves have a 63-58 lead over the Eagles. And here is the free throw. It's going to be off the mark by C.J. Penny.
Well, the crowd wanted that one to go the other way, but that was the right call. That ball went off Dom Williams' head. Well, he's shaking his head. He can't believe it either, but that's what I saw. I saw the ball go off him last.
C.J. Penny has the ball and gets the turnaround to go in. It's now 63-60, but down to a 3-point game after having a 7-point lead. And I think they're trying to get it down inside, possibly, after it's tipped out of bounds. 9:09 left, 27 on the shot clock for the Red Wolves.
Well, this is when discipline comes into play right here. You don't want to, just because, Asbury's went down and scored a couple times, you got to have some discipline to save it for the right shot. Good shot there by Vache Davis from the opposite short corner. That's his shot.
Back to a 5-point lead for IU East. 65-60, back out top now with sold away by Bollenbacher. He brings it down, lays this one in, and it's going to be no good that time. Still a 5-point lead. And here is Gilbert for three from way outside. Airballs it. And it's going to be Red Wolves basketball out of bounds.
On that last fast break attempt, I saw Dom Williams point up like he wanted Bollenbacher to throw it up for him, but I don't think Bollenbacher was able to see him. But if he was able to flush that one through, that would have definitely been a big momentum shift.
Oh, yeah. And not calling the kick there. Bollenbacher able to get down to the ball and pushed in the back. And that's going to go against C.J. Penny, who picks up his second. 5 team fouls now on the Asbury Eagles. Ball inbounds to Nick Bollenbacher. 8:20 to go in the second half. Crosses half court, and it's going to go down the right corner. Now back out top, left side, down to the corner. Back to Williams, back to Bollenbacher. Bollenbacher takes it down. This one goes in, 67-60. Eagles cross the half-court line with 7:51 left. And it's going to be over to the left side. And be interesting to see who they called on here. I thought he motioned for a double foul.
Yeah, I think that's what he did. It looked like he did motion for a double foul. I think that's what he's going to get.
So we'll see what they call here. We're up in the observation room at Earlham College, so we can't really hear what's going on down on the floor.
Yeah, I try and put all biasness aside, but that did look like C.J. Penny. I did only catch the tail end of that, but it did look like C.J. Penny was at fault there.
So the officials are going to meet out on top of the three-point arc and discuss what just happened. So they're going to go over to the scores table, and they haven't really even announced who the foul is on.
Well, I'm looking at Penny and Ray down there, and they're exchanging some words, and
they're
just smiling a little bit. So they seem to agree on the double foul. No either party seems to really think that is the other's fault, but I don't know.
There is a foul up on the board. C.J. Penny picks up his third, team sixth on the Eagles. And Jason Ray able to get the rebound for the Red Wolves. And Vache Davis brings it down the floor, takes it to the right side of the lane, and trying to kick out to Bollenbacher, but turns it over to the hands of Morgan. And he's going to score 67-62. Down floor, here is Huffman. This is the basket, but he'll go to the line and shoot two.
Good find by Bollenbacher through a length of the court pass to Huffman on a dime. Nice dish.
Foul goes against Christian Morgan, the 6-foot sophomore out of Warsaw, Kentucky. Picks up his second and team foul number 7 on the Eagles. Huffman knocks down the first free throw. 68-62, a 6-point lead for the Red Wolves. And it looks like a sub comes in here for Asbury. It's going to be number 5, Alex Dennis. And
what is going on down there?
Called some time. We've got, looks like maybe something going on between the IU East fans and the Asbury fans here. (68-62) with 7:19 to play. Seems we've got all this figured out. Athletic Director Joe Griffin over there taking care of the situation with the Asbury fans. New athletic director here at IU East. Has a lot of great expectations for the IU East athletics program here in his first year. Coming all the way from California to Indiana. Not sure why he's giving up the nice weather to come up here, but
that was kind of my thoughts when I first met him. But yeah, Joe's done a great job in the little time that he's been here. He's got us golfers going down to Georgia, going down to a place he's familiar with, one of his old employers, Point University, going down there and playing in a tournament in Georgia. So I appreciate that, getting us down there a little bit warmer weather up here than this cold nonsense we've been used to here recently.
And turnover here as Huffman's called for traveling. 6:54 left on a 7-point lead for the Red Wolves. And right now, with the ball is Alex Dennis. The handoff to Smith, who gets down in the lane and scores 69-64. Bollenbacher brings it down the floor for the Red Wolves, goes to the right side and gives it to Fashe Davis on the wing. And stops inside the lane. Not called for the double dribble, goes off of a couple of knees. The Red Wolves recover the ball. Here's Houston Clark, and nothing there. Rebounded by the Eagles. Down the floor, 2-on-1 as everybody starts to catch up here with 6:13 left. And down in the lane, it's going to be a foul called as Dennis takes it to the basket.
I don't know how they can call a foul on that one either. Dennis didn't really seem like to have any sort of control of his body. He just kind of threw it up there and they bailed him out. But anyway, they'll reward that with 2 free throws.
Foul goes against Jason Ray, picks up his second. Team's 5th on the Red Wolves, and Dennis hits the first free throw. 69-65 with 6:12 left. Dennis, a 6'2 sophomore from Mount Eden, Kentucky, hits both free throws. 69-66. Bollenbacher brings it down the left side to Davis. Back to Bollenbacher. Jason Ray works it around to Huffman. Down inside to Houston Clark. And there's going to be a foul called against the Eagles. And that'll put IU East at the line to shoot the 1-and-1 with 5:57 left. There's a timeout, and it's 69-66. The Red Wolves have a 3-point lead. We'll be right back on the Red Wolves Sports Network.
Dylan Newman had a terrible dislocated shoulder after a bad dirt bike accident. The long-term solution, surgery and intense rehab.
I trusted Reed Orthopedics because they had already fixed my ankle. And within 4 months of my surgery, Dr. Miller and my Reed therapist, April, helped me to regain my motion and most of my strength. Thanks to Reed Ortho, I can get back to what I love. It's all about trust. Right, Dr. Miller?
Right here at Reed.
Right here in Richmond.
Welcome back to men's basketball on the IU East Red Wolves Sports Network. Right now, the IU East Red Wolves lead 69-66. And just a reminder, the Red Wolves, or the winner of this game, will go on to face the winner of the Point Park and Brescia matchup. Point Park was up 9-2, but an 8-0 run for Brescia gives the Bearcats a 10-9 lead with 14:33 left in the first half. That was updated by Point Park on their athletic department Twitter account about 10 minutes ago, so we'll keep an eye on that. 71-66 after Clark makes the free throws. Here is a three-point shot by Peters. It was off the mark and rebounded by the Red Wolves. Fangman from the free throw line. It's good, 73-66.
Big shot by Tyler. Just a smart, savvy offensive guy. Knew where to pull up, and in the flow of the break was able to find a shot.
Three-point basket by Jordan Gilbert. 73-69, a 4-point game now with 5:22 to go here at Earlham College. Vashae Davis has it out top, passes over to Fangman on the left wing. Thought about the shot, but gives it to Lucas Huffman instead. Huffman had nothing, goes to Davis, works it around to Ray in the corner. Lob down inside to Clark, and it's going to be a foul with the push. This one's going to go against Tyler Smith, and Smith is going to pick up, looks like, his third.
Well, good catch by Huey. A lot of times they won't call that foul on the catch, and another instance of playing through contact we talked about.
Clark at the line to shoot 2 free throws, knocks down the first one. (74-69). Houston Clark now 6 of 6 at the free throw line. And a 6-point lead for the Red Wolves, 75-69. That's going to be out of bounds. It'll go to the Red Wolves with 4:51 left.
So we get under 5 minutes here, Caleb. All these remaining possessions are going to be big.
And 75-69, like you said, big possessions here on out. Six-point lead. Vashae Davis has the ball, finds some space, takes the lane. He's going to be fouled and go to the line to shoot 2 free throws. And it'll give him a chance to make it an 8-point ball game at the line. The foul goes against number 5, Alex Dennis, who picks up his second. And team foul number 10 on Asbury. That's going to put Davis at the line, knocks down the first one inside Quiet Jim as he was shooting the free throw. And it's now 76-69, up by 7. A chance to make it 8 right here, and he does.
And big free throws there. A chance to open this thing up a little bit. 8 points, I do believe. Is that tie their largest lead of the game? Is their largest lead of the game.
And it's going to be a foul called down low that time. And they're going to call that on Chase and Ray. Ray picks up his third, and team foul number 6 on the Red Wolves. It's going to put C.J. Penny at the line to shoot 2 free throws. First one's going to go up and off the back of the rim. 0 of 2 at the free throw line in the game. Here's the second free throw. This one's good. And makes it a 7-point ball game, 77-70 with 4:24 left. As Vashae Davis brings it down the right side of the floor. Goes to Clark, but it's going to be stolen away here by C.J. Penny, who lays it in 77-72. And it's going to be a full timeout taken. IU East Red Wolves have a 5-point lead, 77-72 with 4:14 left in the second half at Earlham College. And the KIAC semifinal game. We'll be right back on the Red Wolves Sports Network.
Hello, I'm Caleb Gillock, the host of Inside IUE Sports.
a show where we talk with coaches, players, and other guests about what's happening with IUE's athletics.
In the top 100 high school seniors.
Last year we were fortunate enough to do a variety of things on the track and then off to be able to be considered.
Make sure to join us on Friday nights at 8:30 p.m. on WETV Channel 20.
Welcome back to men's basketball on the Red Wolves Sports Network. A 5-point lead for the IU East Red Wolves, 77-72, with 4:06 to play here at Earlham College in the KIC semifinal game between the Asbury Eagles and the IU East Red Wolves. 4 minutes to go, and a three-point shot by Fangman off the mark, but rebounded by Lucas Huffman. They're going to call him for traveling. It'll be Asbury ball. So a 5-point lead. For the Red Wolves with 3:48 left. Over in the left corner, three-point shot goes up and rebounded by Tyler Fangman.
Good rebound, Tyler.
Now you're up by 5 with 3:30 left, and there's a basket by Nick Bolenbacher. So now you're up by 7 with 3:22 left. Is this the point where you start running the shot clock out a little bit, trying to get one shot off?
Well, I would say so, but a lot of times you run the clock so much you don't end up getting a good shot. At this juncture in the game, I really don't feel like that's running all 35 off is something IU East really wants to do. I would say go first available shot.
Huffman, just like that. 82-72, 10-point lead now for the Red Wolves, largest lead of the entire game.
Yeah, people get caught up a lot of times in just burning clock. Mm-hmm. And, a lot of times, actually more times than not, scoring is going to do you a whole lot more good than just running time. Because if you can trade baskets from here on out, obviously you're going to end up on the better end of things.
82-74 with the dunk there by Clark. Makes it 84-74. And rebounded here by Houston Clark. Breaks it down the floor. Goes over to Nick Bolenbacher and going to set up some offense here. Screen set by Lucas Huffman. And it's going to go over to the right side with Bolenbacher. Pass down low to Clark. And a foul there as Clark hits the floor. 2:01 left. The officials and Tyler Fangman go over to help out both players. So the foul's going to go against number 25, C.J. Penny. And that's going to be his fifth.
Yeah. The way he's reacting looked like that was going to be his fifth.
Mm-hmm. It's kind of unfortunate for Asbury. He's been kind of their key player, especially this half. And, only being down by 10 with 2 minutes left, still plenty of time up there, only being down by 5, potentially 5 possessions. So, but Clark at the line, a chance to expand the lead here for the Red Wolves, and he does. 85-74. .201 left in the semifinal matchup. Play the winner of Point Park and Brescia. Clark is now 8 of 8 at the free throw line. Pass down in the left corner, and it's going to be 3-point shot taken here by Peters. No good, rebounded by Vashe Davis.
And not much of a sense of urgency for Asbury to foul either. I think they know that as C.J. Penny went out of the game, he took their chances along with him.
And Vache Davis gets down inside to score 88-74, up by 14. And there's a basket by Gilbert. 2-point basket makes it 88-76 with 1:13 to play. And there's Houston Clark inside the lane. Kicks out to Fangman, who takes the three. This one's off the mark, and they're going to get Lucas Huffman over the back, going for the rebound with 1:02 left.
Hester's talking to Fangman about that shot selection. Not so much a bad shot, but, I mean,
right.
At the same time, really not the one you probably want in this situation.
Foul goes against Lucas Huffman, who picked up his third. And that's going to put Tyler Smith at the line to shoot the 1-and-1. With 1:02 left, this free throw up and off the mark. Rebounded by Houston Clark. Nick Bolenbacher with the ball. Gives it to Clark out top. Vache Davis has it now. And this is the point where they're going to start burning some time off right here. Up by 12 with 45 seconds, 15 on the shot clock. So running down, getting one solid shot off here, and it'll give it to Asbury and lets the Red Wolves advance on to the championship game. Vache Davis takes it down inside that time, and it's 90-76.
Caleb, kind of interesting, a game that was close for so long. We saw no fouls by Asbury at the end of the game to try and get back into it.
That's true.
Something you don't see all the time.
3-point basket makes it 90-79, up by 11. The Red Wolves with under 20 seconds to play. Houston Clark brings it down the floor. Gives it to Vache Davis over on the right side. He's just going to run the clock out here. 10 seconds left. And the Red Wolves are going to take the win and advance to the championship game to take on the winner of Point Park and Brescia. And that's going to be the game, 90-79. The Red Wolves take the win. Franklin, tell us a little bit about what we saw today.
Well, I think Asbury just kind of ran out of gas down the stretch there. C.J. Penny, kind of their motor guy, keeps them going offensively and defensively. You saw him foul out there at the end of the game. And like I said earlier, I felt like, as he went out, their chances of getting back into this one also went out. So tough to see him go if you're an Asbury fan. But regardless, IUEast is moving on into the KIAC conference championship game.
Be nice if we're that far away.
Yeah, it would be. I'm trying to wish us along here. I'm trying to get us going.
All right, well, it's going to be a win for the Red Wolves, 90-79, allows them to pick up win number 25 this season. And we'll go ahead and take a look at the post-game stats. In field goal percentage, the Red Wolves shot 33 of 71 for 46.48, and Asbury 30 of 71 for 42.25. Beyond the arc, the Red Wolves shot 6 of 15 for 40%, and Asbury 11 of 32 for 34.38%. At the free throw line, the Red Wolves 16 of 19 for 84.21%, and Asbury 5 of 14 for 35.71. And in the rebounding category, the Red Wolves had 49 rebounds for the game, 14 on offense, 35 on defense, and Asbury 37 rebounds, 10 on offense, 27 on defense. Also, IUEast 12 assists, 4 steals, 9 turnovers, 4 blocks, and 11 team fouls. Asbury 13 assists and 6 steals, 9 turnovers, 7 blocks, and 19 team fouls. The leading scorers for the game for IUEast, Tyler Fangman, he had 24. Houston Clark, the leading rebounder for the Red Wolves with 14, and Vache Davis, the leading assister with 4. In scoring, Morgan led the way for Asbury with 19. C.J. Penny, he had 8 rebounds, and he also led the assisting category with 6 assists. So the Red Wolves take the 90-79 win over Asbury University to advance to the KIAC championship game. Once again, the women's basketball team also advanced to play, and we're trying to keep an eye on this Point Park and Brescia game because that's the winner of that game will decide where the Red Wolves play If Brescia wins the game, we'll travel to Brescia. If Point Park wins, we'll play right here at Earlham College. So with the post-game show interview, Tyler Fagman joining us for the post-game show. Sound a little tired after a tough game tonight, Tyler.
Yeah, that was a tough one physically. I'm going to be feeling in the morning. I think all the guys are, but that win will roll over, and we'll find a way to keep going. So it was a good win.
One of the things we talked about tonight is, the crowd was definitely into the game, complaining about not all the fouls being called and stuff. And you kind of laughed when I said that, but you guys had to play through a lot of fouls tonight. And do you think that's going to help you preparing for the national tournament against some of the tougher teams you'll be going up against?
Oh, yeah, for sure. Physicality of the game, you never know how the refs are going to call it. You have to be ready for anything. They could not call anything. They could call everything. So, you just never know going into the game. So, being able to play that kind of physicality during a game, it'll just help us that much more when we get in the national tournament. And if the refs end up calling, not much in the national tournament, we'll just be that much more ready for it.
Well, with today's win, you advance to the KIAC championship. You'll play the winner of Point Park and Brescia. Of course, you just saw Point Park recently, so you know how they are, but also seen Brescia once this season. What do you think about those two teams?
If Brescia wins, we'll play them at Brescia, and if Point Park wins, we'll play them play them here. So, we'd love to have Point Park win so we can stay at home and stay in front of this home crowd, since they've been able to fuel us these last couple games. So. Brescia and Point Park, they're scrappy teams. They're good. They're well coached. So either matchup will be a good one. It'll be a fun one to watch. So.
All right. Well, thank you for joining me, Tyler. Once again, the Red Wolves take a 90-79 win over Asbury University to advance to the KIAC championship. The women's team advances to the championship as well after winning their game today, and that gives the Red Wolves win number 25 this season here as they advance to the conference championship. A special thank you to volleyball head coach and assistant sports information director Abby Niekamp for being our broadcast engineer today, and Franklin Crisp for the commentary. I'm Caleb Gillock, the voice of your Red Wolves. Be sure to stay tuned to IUERedwolves.com to make sure you know where the next game is for both teams after today's win for both teams. I'm Caleb Gillock, the voice of your IU East Red Wolves. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you on Tuesday.